fronted two spirits. Esau walked out through the land and saw two beautiful girls belonging to one man, right? The young man is not asking himself why he's marrying two women from one man, right? Because it is one arrow working out. One arrow called Elon, working out the destruction of the human soul. So, one was called who again? Judith, right? And the other one was called what? That one. So two spirits were fronted, and Esau mounted upon them. And the Bible says that he what? He took them to wife. He took the two to be his wives. Now, as soon as this was attained, listen to me, as soon as this was attained, the destiny of the perpetuation of this covenant immediately left Esau. Because in chapter 27, that's why you have him going to look for game, and he doesn't find game. Do you follow me? He's commissioned to get venison. And when he comes, the blessing has already gone. Because the favor now has lifted from him, and he has gone. Listen to him. Now, follow me. Esau was marked for the nations. Because when he is supposed to feed himself, he goes to the fields. Jacob was marked for the nation of Canaan, right? That's why he says in tents. So you have to distinguish this thing. And this is very, very important, and it's going to come up time and again in these teachings of the Apostolic Reformation. Because the fathers will always be two. There will always be a demonstration or a manifestation of two fathers in a nation. So there are two lineages, right? That's why after this you have Adam getting who? Cain and Abel. Bwana Sesana. Then you have this thing coming to who? To these two gentlemen, Esau and Jacob. Then the sons of Samuel were how many? There were two, right? The men claiming the kingdom were also two. In the time of Solomon's ascent to power, there were also two that were claiming the kingdom. So the manifestation of fathers in a nation will always be two. And I'll go deeper into that. So you have two fathers that have been moved into the space of redemption to lay claim upon the souls of men. And as they stand there, one is sent to the nation and the other one is sent to the nations. The one that is sent to the nations has a claim over the fields. All right? Because if you can receive fields, we can receive a garden. You receive fields first so that you can reclaim a garden. Hence the Eden ethereal. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? So the two spirits came, all right? Because the mind has already left. And the mind already clung upon the soul. So you have the body and the spirit. And this thing were a grief to the mind of Isaac and Rebekah. Bwana Sesana. Now, if one is hated, if men will be redeemed, another must be loved. I said if one is hated, and men will be redeemed, another must be loved. So if Esau is hated, right, Jacob must be loved. And listen to me, Jacob is now assigned to a nation when Esau is sent to the nations. Is that clear? So because he is loved, and this one has gone out, was supposed to go to the nations, then his inheritance is past the Jordan. Are you understanding me? His inheritance is past the Jordan. And that's why when you're looking at that map, you have Canaan, and then at the south you have Emoa, you have Edom, Moab, and Ammon, right? You have those expressions of kingdoms, but basically you begin with Edom. Edom does not get an inheritance within Canaan. Edom is not in Canaan because Esau was supposed to go to the nations. But when Jacob was loved, it means that we could still progress with God's pattern for redemption, because this person, though they are not going to the nations, right? Listen to me. This person is not going to the nations, but they will stand against this nation. They are not going to the nations, but they will stand against this nation. So instead of Esau progressing to the nations, he stands right outside the nation, which is Canaan, and casts a mount, which is called Mount Seir, right? To do what? To fight what is happening in the nation. Are you seeing that? So you are supposed to go to Egypt. You are supposed to go to Babylon. You're supposed to go to all these nations doing what? Bringing in the sheaves, giving us a harvest of righteousness. But you're not able to. Instead of going, right, you leave the land, which is called Canaan, to one that is loved, and you cast a mount, a height of contradicting the things that are happening within this land that is called Canaan. And it's called Mount Seir, or what? Idumea. Are you seeing that? So what did the enemy accomplish in this particular young man? Because that's what we're supposed to be looking at. This one.